What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Steel City Live. I'm your host, Jason, here on Mic Drop Sports. How is everybody doing this fine evening? I am absolutely, completely, and utterly exhausted. And but we're getting it done, man. Probably one more day here. I got to get moved all my stuff. I got some heavy things I need to get going here, and then I'll be out. And the adventure has begun. And this is a kind of somber moment here for me a little bit. This is the last time that I'll be here in the original Mic Drop Sports booth, man, where it all started. And it's kind of crazy to me. Here we sit with over 3,000 subscribers, over a million views, like just so crazy to see where we've come from and to know that this is the last time that I'll be doing a show here from this little setup. So things will be changing and things will be different, but hopefully you'll all stick around as we transition into a new era here on Mic Drop Sports, and the show's still City Live, and bigger and better things are upon us. What's up, Sean? What's up, George? Miss Pittsburgh in the house. What's up, guys? Again, I hope you all are well here on a Tuesday here on Mic Drop Sports. It is Tuesday, right? Today, Tuesday? Yeah, it is. My days were running together. What's up, Lance? How are you? Make sure you're smashing that like button for us again, guys. This is our last show from the original Mic Drop Studio, man. It's so crazy. I just can't even get over it. How different things will be here in the near future. It's just kind of crazy how things change, how things grow. It's so crazy. But as always, guys, put your comments, questions, concerns in the chat as we move through the show. Again, our last show here. So, well, not our last show ever, but our last show in this booth. So let's make it a good one. What's up, Kramel? So where are you headed to? First, man, we are doing an Airbnb. Our new house isn't going to be ready for a month. Uh, Roughly a month. It could close sooner than that, but the people we bought our new house off of needed a little extra time, so we obliged, and this house is now gone, our house that we currently live in, and we will be just Airbnb-ing it for a month. We rented a townhouse for a month and kind of rolling from there, man. And just waiting on our new house. So I had to put everything in storage. And that's why, again, yesterday I looked so disheveled. Today I look so disheveled. I looked in the mirror before the show. I was like, oh my God, my beard is out of control. But I've been busting it out, man, picking couches up. Dude, I'm a little bit too old to be doing this shit by myself. And yeah, but anyway, I'm getting it done. But we will still be in the Cheat Lake area in Morgantown, West Virginia. Actually, we'll be right a little bit closer to the Pennsylvania border. We'll be about 2 minutes from the Pennsylvania border, about an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, about an hour and 15 minutes southeast, actually, of Pittsburgh. Ryan Dorn, what's up? Any news on what McFadden said about us getting playmaker? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We are definitely going to talk about that. Thank you, man. Thank you, Camille. Thank you, my friend. I hope I pronounce your name right. I feel bad if I don't. I try my best. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, guys. Yeah, McFadden did. Let's talk about Brian McFadden. What's up, Big Stretch? How are you, my friend? Brian McFadden definitely has some inside tips, guys. I mean, he's a ball player. He's an NFL guy, been around the block. Does a podcast with Patrick Peterson. Guy's still connected with the NFL. He's a former Pittsburgh Steeler. And one pretty cool thing about the Steelers, and I'm not sure if you've ever noticed this as fans, former Pittsburgh Steelers tend to stay in the Steel City, man. A lot of them do anyway. Not all, but a good portion of them do. And they go and they visit the facility. They talk to people. They stay connected. It's kind of a family, and you're going to get news. And Brian definitely has been given tips before. He's definitely been right about things before. So I definitely trust what Bryant McFadden is saying. I definitely wholeheartedly do. And it's just really, when does that thing happen? When does what he's talking about happen? And what does it ever happen? Now, everybody gets given information, and sometimes maybe they spit it out too fast, but I fully trust that there's something in the works, and I still believe that Omar Khan is not done with this roster just yet. I really truly believe that. And I think that something will happen. It's just a question of whom it would be, which player, and when. And do I think they're going to wait for a super long time? No. So I think you would see something relatively soon. It may not be this week. It may not be tomorrow. But it could happen. I was really excited also when he said that because I definitely thought that he, you know, would be pretty spot on and pretty close to accurate. We'll see. Oh, okay, Gramel. Thank you. Miss Pittsburgh waving them emojis. Yes, guys, get your emojis. 99 cents a month. Become a member of the Mic Drop Mafia. Get yourself those cool little loyalty badge like you see beside George's name in the chat there. You get one for every month, and yeah, they're pretty neat. Lance D. Omar Khan on Patty Mac's show today says no dice, radio silence from San Fran on Ayuk move. That may very well be. I didn't get a chance to watch that yet, Lance, but I will say this one thing I have noticed about Omar Khan, and I've noticed this for the whole time he's been general manager now, and we're going on 2 full years. I have noticed that he keeps his moves close to his vest. He's not going to announce things. He's not going to just sit there and give it out. Now, he may be 1000% being truthful to you guys or on that show, you know, to Steeler Nation. But I still think if there's anything really truly going on, he's not going to blurt it out there until something happens, until things are really moving along. I think he'll keep his cards close to his vest. At least that's what I've noticed from him. Because you'll see an interview from him and, you know, a day before something happens and they'll ask him a question, you know, what could be going on here? What could be going on there? And he'll be like, well, you know, no new developments, nothing going on kind of deal. And then the next day or, you know, a week later, you see Pittsburgh Steelers do this, sign this person or, you know, extend this person, rework this contract. So you've seen it before. So we'll see. Maybe we'll keep our fingers crossed. But the Ayuk thing, like I told you guys, I truly believe that to be dead too. And I told you guys that yesterday. I think that thing is dead. But we'll see. I may be wrong too. But from the looks of it and what you just said that Omar said, maybe that is, you know, true, that it is dead. Beast Insane, who is your least favorite team in the AFC North? All of them. Anybody that doesn't wear black and gold. I'm not. AFC North football is a different breed of football. And if you're a football fan, I'm sure you recognize that. When you look at the divisions across the NFL, you see something in the AFC North. It's tough, gritty football. There's rivalries still. And you don't see the rivalries as much in the NFL as you once did in the past. But the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns, the Steelers versus the Bengals, those are rivalry games, man. And when you play inside of that AFC North division, it is smash mouth football and people are headhunting. And every time they meet up, guys, there's usually some significant injury. There's usually, you know, a last minute heroics given by one of the teams to win those games. They're usually tight and they're just brutal games. You see sacks that are, you know, high hit impact type sacks, explosions, man. These guys just get so amped up for these games, man. And it's just a different brand of football. And if you're a fan of any of those teams inside of the AFC North, you hate everybody else. You truly do. Big Hoss, the con artist will indeed strike soon. Absolutely. The con artist, the con man is at work, baby. George Teston, is there a jersey number on that bobblehead you have? Yeah, it's 0. Yep, 0 from 1975. I don't know. Has anybody ever worn the number 0 for your Steelers? Oh, okay. Spayment, sorry. Yeah, I'll get to everybody's. Don't worry about that. You don't have to put it in a bunch. Unless I tell you guys that the chat messed up, then you can put it back in. Who is your, like, the team you hate a lot? Ravens. I'd say that. Big Hoss, it's the dirtiest division. Just look at what happened to Nick Chubb last season. I don't think that was dirty, though, Big Hoss. I don't think that that was dirty. I think that that's just become a product of what the NFL has become in terms of where you have to hit players. And you look at Nick Chubb and look at his size, and you look at Minka Fitzpatrick. How is he going to get him down? How is he going to tackle him? If you tackle a guy like Nick Chubb up high in the hole, being Minka Fitzpatrick, being a little bit more of a sleeker build, being a DB, you tackle him up high, he's going. He's ripping through arm tackles, especially up high. You have to get him down low, and you have to wrap. And I don't think that that was purposeful. I definitely don't. I think it was brutal. And I wish it wouldn't have happened. I definitely don't want to ever see those things. I like seeing best on best, guys. And I know sometimes you'll hear fans go, yes, that player isn't playing. They're injured. I hate that. I want to see best on best every week, man. I don't want to see that bullshit of like a depleted squad coming in and, my team gets a win. Say the Steelers beat a team that's just so beat up, man, across their roster, and they're not, they got significant players out. I don't want that, because then you got the other fan base going, well, we weren't full strength. We didn't have this person. We didn't have. I hate the excuses. I like wins where there ain't no excuse, man. That's what I like. Ryan Dorn, I agree. It's dead, especially since St. Brown just got paid and Brandon gonna want paid close to that. Yeah, the Steelers will not pay Brandon Ayuk $30 million. I just don't see it. I think the Steelers prefer their homegrown talent, and I think they're waiting to do something like that, maybe with a George Pickens, and maybe that doesn't even happen. But we'll see. The Steelers typically just aren't handing money out those monster contracts like that. They need to be. You gotta show them something. You gotta show them something. George says, I hope they have someone learning under Andy Weidl. Yes, George, that is an excellent point, guys, because you are not going to have Andy Weidl probably come next season. Let's be all realistic about this. And George brings up a monster point. Andy Weidl is a key, if not 90% of why you have seen these drafts here the last 2 seasons. He is a major component to this. And Andy Weidl being in that building is something very, very special. And I don't know if Steeler fans quite recognize that enough. And I want to emphasize it to you guys. Andy Weidl is such a key cog in this, and he is going to be gone. And I hope you're right, George. I hope somebody is sitting there watching every move that he makes in order to fill those shoes. I really, really do, because we are going to miss him when he's gone. Oh, you should rephrase. Okay, I'll read it when I get done. Vontaze Burfict was the epitome of dirty. Yeah, he was. I hate Vontaze Burfict, dude. I cannot stomach him. He's not a good dude. He tries to hurt people. He's an asshole, and I have to say that. And Vontaze, if you're out there, I think you're an ass. I think you're a big asshole. Jeremiah Yoder, do you hate the Ravens or the Browns more? The Ravens for sure. Thomas Martin, which rookie will make the biggest impact this season? I'm going to have to say it's going to be a toss-up between Troy Fautanu and Zach Frazier. And I say that because it's going to be dependent who gets the most snaps there, who's going day one starter. That might be Zach because of the situation the Steelers are in at center. So we'll see about that, but I definitely think it's going to be a coin flip between both of those guys. Roman Wilson and Peyton Wilson, though, really are intriguing guys. Really, really intriguing, because I think that they're going to be plugged in early and often also. I think this rookie class that you're seeing out of the Pittsburgh Steelers is really going to have some contributors early and often. And I don't think they're going to be able to wait at some positions. Peyton Wilson, I don't think that they have any type of plan to hold him back in any way, shape, or form. They do recognize the injury history that he's had, about 14 surgeries. They understand that. He has been healthy the last 2 years, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to ride his wheels off, man. They are going to let him get in there and contribute right away, and there will be no stopping that. I don't look for them to baby him into anything. Thomas Martin, you better tighten up your chin strap when the AFC North teams meet. Absolutely. Those are the ones, yeah, you better come ready, man. Come ready to go because if your head isn't on a swivel, it could get taken off. No doubt about it. Lance D. Perfect may be worse than Pac-Man, but it's yeah, it's close. Pac-Man's a dick too. Mm-mm-mm. All right, guys, wave those terrible towels like Miss Pittsburgh. Get yourself those emojis, 99 cents a month. Become a member of the Mic Drop Mafia, man. It's definitely cool. You get yourself into giveaways. D, if you're out there, D, I got to mail your giveaway out. I keep forgetting with moving, but I definitely have it in a box, so I got to get it mailed out. I keep wanting to reach behind me and show everybody, but it's in a box, so I don't want to open the box. But dude, I should be done moving here in the next day or so. So hopefully I'll be able to get done. I'm tired of being so busy. Lance D, welcome to the Mic Drop Mafia. Lance D in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mic Drop Mafia. Thank you for joining. We appreciate it, and we love having you already. Jeremiah Yoder, who's more of a hated team in Pittsburgh, Baltimore or Dallas? Definitely Baltimore for sure. We see them twice a year. It's definitely something that the Pittsburgh Steelers, really have to pay attention to. You see Dallas once in a blue moon. It is what it is. But the Ravens are historically pretty good, and definitely it's become just one of the greatest rivalries in football. It definitely has. And my favorite memory of actually a Steeler game that I went to in the regular season was Baltimore Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on Halloween night, Monday Night Football. And you want to talk about a crazy environment, guys, and just something really, really cool. That game, I don't know what it was about that, but people were hype inside of the tailgates out in the parking lot. We were just going party to party to party to party. People were going nuts. There was smoke all around the stadium and shit. I think they were like pumping it in to be spooky. It looked just so cool that night. The way the energy was, the way the Steelers lost. But it was just a special night. It was really cool. No, that one wasn't that, Sean. That one, no, you're thinking of a different one. They've played a couple times on there. This is a different one. This was on Monday night, a Monday night football game. You're talking about a Sunday night one, but they were, yeah, both primetime games. Yeah, but it was cool. It was so cool. Thomas Martin, do you see Fields lining up in the slot for a confusing the opponent's defense and or a gadget and play out? Yeah, I do. I definitely don't think you leave an athlete like Justin Fields sit there all season and never play. Waiting for his chance to get in behind Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson's going to take the reins and never let him go this season. But I do think you see Justin Fields in some gadget plays. I think you do see him utilized in several packages, and I think that they would do that. Just what you say, Thomas. Bring him in to confuse the defense. Add another wrinkle to that, because what could you do if you're Russell Wilson? Throw a quick screen to a Justin Fields. Justin Fields could immediately be behind the line and bomb it down the other sideline. I mean, there's so many possibilities if you're Arthur Smith, and you could really design some cool shit around a guy that can run the football like Justin Fields. But you do have to watch, man. AFC North football, as we talked about, is pretty brutal, and sometimes, like Sean had brought up, muddy, wet, things like that. And we all know Justin Fields likes to fumble the football. So he better hold on to it, especially in those big moments, because every moment in the AFC North is a big one. Big Hoss, I went to week 18 game, Steelers versus Ravens in Baltimore. It literally couldn't have been a worse day for a football game, but we pulled out a win. I love those ones, man. You went this year with that rain? That's pretty crazy. Fuzzy 420, here we go. Steelers, Miss Pittsburgh waving those towels. Get your towels, guys. Get those emojis. Become a Mic Drop Mafia member, just as we just had our guy Lance D become a member here with us on Mic Drop Sports. And I appreciate it. Make sure you're hitting that like button for us, guys, as we move through the show here. Steel City Live, our last show here in this studio. our last one. It is a special moment for us here. This is our last one inside of this little booth that I made. This is where it all started. It started out with one little picture here, one little piece of memorabilia, and it started out with literally 50 subscribers max. Sean will tell you he remembers back in the day, and there's several of you that watched back then. It was, we had a few hundred people eventually. We did it for a little over a year, and here we are doing a live show every day. We've filmed many episodes here, had a lot of good times, and all good things must come to an end. And this one's coming to an end. So the new studio will be pretty cool. I'm going to have it set up to where I can bring in guests into the studio and do big things, man. So we'll see how that all unfolds. Matrix, what's going on, family? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Absolutely, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. The booth. The booth did do the job, Sean. It did. It did its job. Yeah, guys, I built this out of 2x2s, and it's like some mattresses behind it for sound. And when I was using the old mic, I used to use the old Yeti all the time. Remember the old Yeti? It's still here. We're gonna make that a decoration though inside of the booth or inside of the next studio. The next studio is gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna have like a cool desk. Set it up right. We're gonna get some new cameras. We're gonna start running off the computer. We're gonna do the live show in a little different format next time. So, well, not immediately, but here before long. Once we hit 5,000. What's that goonin' shit, Goblin? I don't remember what that is. Are we signing Justin, you think? I don't think we are signing that 50-year option. I think he'll have to rework a deal of some sort to remain a Steeler for a couple years, and I think it's his best option. If he immediately goes out there and hits that free agency market after sitting behind Russ Wilson, say he doesn't get to play. We don't know what the future holds. Say he doesn't get to play. And he goes out and immediately gets back on that free agency market. I really feel like he's going to really devalue himself. I think he needs to stay in Pittsburgh, get his value back up. And if he wants to hit the open market, then sure. Or maybe he plays well enough that the Pittsburgh Steelers are interested. But he has to get that value back up. What's up, D? I just said your name, man. I got to mail your thing, dude. I've been moving. That's why I'm so disheveled. Look at me. I look like a bum. Tomorrow should be my last day. I got to get your thing mailed. I went to show it this just a minute ago to show everybody what the giveaways were. And then next month, we're doing $50 cash for the giveaway on the May 10th. And I was like, oh, shit, it's in a box. I can't even show it to anybody. But yeah, have no fear, D. I got you. I appreciate it, D. Thank you, buddy. It's just like, dude, it has been so crazy with moving, and I'm moving everything literally by myself. My wife has helped me box stuff. My oldest son has helped me watch my 9-year-old, things like that. But, dude, I used to be able to put a couch on my back, carry that motherfucker down the road. Now I can pick it up, but I ain't carrying it down the road. I'm carrying it about 5 feet to my trailer. That's about it. I've been loading everything onto my trailer and putting it in storage units. I probably got $1,000 in just storage unit rentals. Had to buy an Airbnb. Never has buying a house in my life been so damn expensive, guys. Literally. Just with the down payment and shit, like, come on. I already got 10 grand in it, and I ain't even put my down payment on. It's like craziness. You figure you got to pay inspections. Oh, there's an inspection for an inspection for an inspection. It's like, listen, dude, get me one dude that does all the inspections. Have him come in one day. Then you got to pay these people to come appraise your house and shit. It's like, look, dude, quit soaking me for money. That's what I want to say. Hey, do you want to know? You don't want to know. He's gone now. Okay, thanks. Danny George sold a lot of garage doors in Cheat Lake back in the 90s. That's cool, Danny. If you still sell garage doors, hit me up here in about 3 months. Because I probably want to upgrade on my new house. I like the one that's on there, but I want one that looks like oak or cedar wood. With the, like the black wrought iron on it and shit. Like, I want, like, something that looks really cool like that. What will a Najee Harris new contract look like cap hit wise? I'm thinking no more than 5 if you're going to re-sign him. That's my opinion. Now, the Steelers may think differently. But again, guys, I feel like $5 million would be perfect per season. I think that takes care of Najee, and I think it takes care of the Steelers financially, and they're being responsible with his salary and with his cap hit. So that's where I would like to see Najee. Give him 3, 4 years at $5 million a year. Give him a bonus or something. That's cool. But make that average annual salary to where that cap hit is only $4 or $5 million per season. I think that does the Steelers justice there. And I think Najee can shine, and you can make money in other ways. Add some incentives. Now, the Steelers aren't a team that likes to add a bunch of incentives. We know that. You look at their contracts throughout their history, you don't see many incentives laid in those. You just don't. That's just the way they do business. I don't know why. Is it right or wrong? I don't know. But maybe with Omar Khan here now running the show, maybe that changes a little bit. Maybe his dynamic on how he builds contracts changes a little bit, his thought process. Thank you. Moving sucks. Moving does suck, George. I freaking hate it. It's the worst thing in the world. This move that I'm doing now, this would be my last move ever. Thomas Martin, next month I'm moving, not looking forward to it. Yeah, Thomas, it blows. D says, I can't afford a house, 20,000 an acre for undeveloped land here. That's insanity, D. That guys, we're trouble in America, man. When you hear what D says there, $20,000 per acre for land. That kills the American dream. You can't be a young couple and go out there and try to start a family and buy something that matters. You got to, build yourself up, and you could take yourself to your 40s, 50s. Trust me, I know it. And it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy what we put our young people into, the financial bind that we put our young people into. Lance D. Yeah, newest Mic Drop Mafia member, guys. I like it. I like it, Lance. You're highlighted green now. You got the loyalty badge. Have you been to the NFL Steelers men's fantasy camp in Latrobe? So awesome. I was fortunate to attend in 2015, and I met many great heroes like Joey Porter. Great stories, unfiltered. No, I've had friends that have been to it, though, and I've never heard a bad thing, about it. And just what you said, that's how they come out of it. They were like, I was so fortunate to go. It was really cool. Maybe I will do that one day. I would be interested in doing it. It sounds like a very good time. I'm glad you got to do that. I feel you. I did. Happy wife, happy life. Yes. That's where I'm at right now. Trust me, man, I'd have bought a different house. I wouldn't have played this game of buying storage units and all that kind of stuff, having to get an Airbnb for a month, waiting on this house to be done. Like, I wouldn't have done that. I would have bought one that I could have moved into right away, and it would have been way smaller than the one she picked. I can tell you that. But you're right. Happy wife, happy life. Big Hoss, I can't wait to see what we do with Dewan Edwards. Looks like a little beast on the field, even though he was an undrafted rookie we signed. I agree. I agree, Big Hoss. And guys, I want you to look at this undrafted free agency class of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll detail them a little bit more after I can do a little bit more research. I've been monopolized here the last few days. And I don't want to sit here and talk a bunch of shit on these guys and be inaccurate. I want to be able to give you guys the right information. So I need to do a little bit more research. So give me a couple more days on that. I want to look at each player individually, watch their highlights. I might even have a little bit of time later this evening once I get over to the townhouse, the Airbnb, get my shower and relax, and then hit it back again tomorrow. But I might have some time to watch some film tonight. And I like to do that. And I watch it on our current players too. But these undrafted rookie free agents, I really want to watch them, and I really want to see what they're all about. But I've heard good things about the guy you're mentioning there, Dewan Edwards, running back. I've definitely heard good things. Patrick Papa, what do you think our record is going to be this season? 11-6 is what I predicted, and then Sean predicted 12-5. So we're about the same area there. Yeah, Sean put his in there. Thomas Martin, it's hard to gauge the compensation on running backs anymore. It truly is, Thomas. You're exactly right. It really, truly is. And I wonder where this devaluation of, I don't even know if that's the right word, where this devaluing of the running back position started and how it became a thing. because you're looking at a football player that touches the ball on what, 70% of the snaps, 60% of the snaps. They're involved a great deal. They're involved in the play action game, and they really have to sell it for these play actions to really work. They are in the run game. They're in the pass game in terms of being a receiver. They're used as decoys, put out into the slot, running crazy routes. Not even going to be a thought in the route tree. I'm just saying they are used so much. Why is the value so low? But again, when I speak of Najee Harris, it isn't because I don't like Najee Harris. And I know some viewers, man, I've gotten some people go in on me hard like I'm some Najee Harris hater. That isn't the case. That isn't the case. I'm being a realist. And the value of the market dictates just what I say, $4 or $5 million. And you're reaching. Unless you have a guy like a Christian McCaffrey, unless you have an elite guy like that. And let's face the facts. At this point in his career, Najee ain't that. Najee's a hell of a ball player. Really good ball player. I love having him on the team. I think he can really do some damage. But is he that guy? Not right now. Maybe next year. Maybe after this offensive line gels. And maybe, after he gets a year behind a good offensive line and a good system, an Arthur Smith, real run-heavy jumbo type package, that kind of a system. Maybe Najee all of a sudden is worth that. And it's a different conversation. But if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers and you're a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, you want them to secure Najee Harris now. And if you're Najee Harris, you probably want to wait. You probably want to say, don't pick up my 50-year option. That's cool. Let's see what this year holds. Because I think you could really increase your value if you're Najee Harris. And the Steelers know this to be true. And damn it, they probably could just say to themselves, we want to get him secured now because he's going to be worth a lot more after he runs the shit out of the football in 2024. And then we may not be able to afford him or want to afford him. And then they're going to put themselves in a bad situation. That's just my opinion. I think you need to get him now. Sign him now before that 50-year option. Get him on a reasonable deal. Get him in there signed for 2-3 more years. Get it secured, though, at a reasonable rate, because you could instantly increase that money, increase that value real quickly. But I'm not sure where this all started. George Teston, yes, that's right, George. Show him them badges. Yes, sir. Miss Pittsburgh waving that towel. Sean waving them up. What's up, Steelers Nation, Australia? Good day. Thomas Martin, good day, Mark. 15 years ago, you could buy land in Oklahoma for $1,500 an acre. You can't touch that shit here for $1,500 an acre. Guys, honestly, and I'm not going to tell you what the value of my house I'm buying is. I would never do that. I don't like to talk money with people like that. But we're talking just values of what things are. I can guarantee you, if you look at a 3-bedroom house in Cheat Lake, Morgantown, West Virginia area, you're looking roughly around $350,000, $375,000, and that's to live in West Virginia. And that's like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, cookie cutter home. That's what that is. Now, if you want to get up into the 4 bedrooms with bonus rooms and garages and a backyard and a flat piece of property and a good neighborhood, you're looking $500,000, and that's kind of crazy to live in West Virginia. And you hear D talking like that, how different it is. And we put our young people in a bad spot. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us here on Steel City Live as we talk football, we talk life, we talk whatever, but we answer all the comments here, 99% of them anyway. We always try to include you, the viewer, you, Mic Drop Mafia members, in the conversation because we want your voice to be heard. And I feel like that is a rarity here on YouTube, especially with a lot of these live shows. They ignore a lot of it, and you sit here and you listen to them talk all the time. Yeah, you listen to me talk, but we want to hear what you have to say too. So make sure that you put your likes down, your subscribes down, all that good stuff. And join the conversation. Don't be afraid to put your comments in. The accurate predictions right now are going to be tough. It could swing either way depending on how the QBs turn out and how well the line. Yes, guys. And when I give predictions, like D said, it is tough. And It is literally when I gave the prediction, when Sean and I did it, we were posed the question. I said it's a way, 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 way too early prediction, and things will change. And you're gonna have to see how these quarterbacks play. That's gonna be a big, big key to this puzzle, as it is for every damn team in the NFL. You have to have good quarterback play, guys. Steady quarterback play. And I know it's a taboo word or a bad word to say a game manager. Just a game manager. That's all that quarterback is. That's what you're looking for. Russell Wilson. You're looking for that in Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. That's what you want. A game manager. You want a guy that's going to come in and manage the football game intelligently and athletically. That's what you want. So that's what we're looking for this year, guys, and we'll see how that goes. But it's going to be really dependent on how this thing all unfolds in that quarterback room. You can have a defense that's absolutely nasty. Starting out last year, your Pittsburgh Steelers had a nice defense, built very well, looked like it was going to succeed for the long term. But when you wheel out a stale, stagnant offense and piss poor quarterback play over and over and over, and three and outs over and over and over, you see what it does to that defense. It demolishes that defense. It wears them down. They're injury riddled. And it is just a domino effect. And yes, the quarterback position, the most important position in sports, has to have some quality play on this team next year. Or, it sputters and it goes nowhere. And you could see the first losing season very easily from Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Definitely could. It's a real possibility. Lance D. Brother James Harrison made a surprise cameo today on Omar interview with who? Oh, you said Pat. Okay. He came on there? That's cool. I need to watch that. I didn't get a chance to see it. I love Pat McAfee. He's one of the people that inspired me to get on here watching Pat. I felt like he was really real. I feel like he's getting a little commercialized now. But I felt like when he was really early on in his podcasting days, he was so real, so authentic. And I really, really like that. And that's what I want to bring to you. Thomas Martin, while talking running back, would Warren want to leave the Steelers to become RB1? He might not have to leave the Steelers, though, Thomas. That's the real thing that we need to be looking at. Because when we're all talking about this Najee Harris and his contract situation, when we're all speaking of that and we're talking these numbers and we're talking the devaluing of the running back position across the league, maybe Jaylen Warren stumbles into a decent deal, a $2-3 million a year deal here for a couple years, and the Steelers tie him up, and Najee prices himself out of the Pittsburgh Steelers building. That's a real possibility. And then you look at the number one runner in the building would be Jaylen Warren. And would you be disappointed in that? I surely wouldn't. I think Jaylen Warren is a real, real problem for defenses. He can hit a home run from anywhere. Miss Pittsburgh, let's go, people. Hit that like and subscribe button. The best show in town is here. Let's go, Steelers Nation. Waving that terrible towel. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Pittsburgh, for the love, as always, my girl. Make sure you guys hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live. I truly, truly appreciate it. Again, guys, I apologize. I've been super busy. I look disheveled, but things will get back to normal here as we inch through the month. We'll have a new studio at the end of the month. That's my first priority. My wife's going to be pissed because she wants a new chandelier in the dining room because she don't like the one that's in there. But, man, she's going to be mad, but I have to get that studio set up quickly. I'm going to have to end up finding a minute, though, to get that chandelier up. That way she don't bitch too much. Danny George, that's why I watch the show. Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Danny. Oh, you're talking about everybody. Yeah, I do like that, guys. I want you guys to be included. I don't know everything. I don't, and I'm not going to pretend to know everything. I'm going to give you my opinion. But you guys are super smart football fans. You guys are super intelligent. You know your football. You know the NFL. I want to hear what you have to say, and I want to talk about it. We may not get to every single one, but damn it, I try. I can tell you that. And you can ask Sean. I really, really do value that. All right, guys, had to get a drink here. About 38 minutes in so far. We usually go for about an hour, so let's keep on rolling here on Steel City Live. Make sure you're smashing that like button, though. Patrick Papa, Just watched the CJ Stroud and Micah Parsons draft show, and CJ said we played the Steelers and they need a cornerback. What would you do if you were the Steelers? I wouldn't worry about the outside noise. I ain't worrying about what other people say. You heard Steven Nelson from the Texans talk shit, former Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback. You've heard other teams talk shit if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers about the franchise, about the players, about quarterback play, about the defense at times. And if you're the Steelers and if you're a Mike Tomlin led team, I think first and foremost, you need to worry about what you're doing inside of that building and not worry about the outside noise. And that goes for any sports team. Even the kids that I coach at a youth level, they'll come to practice saying, yeah, this kid that plays for that team, in school, they were talking shit. And yeah, they said they're going to do this to us on Saturday or Sunday or whatever day we're playing. And it's like, boys, tune that out. Let them talk that shit. And that's what I want the Steelers to do at any level. You need to do that. Learn how to turn it out and just worry about your brothers in the building. Worry about your coaches. Worry about the staff in your building. And don't worry about what these other people say, man. And light them up on the football field. That's how you shut people up. Shut them down on the field. That's how you shut that shit down. Yeah, I love the emojis, Lance. Thomas Martin, in the NFL, you need to score 24 on every Sunday. Thomas, you bring up a really cool point there. At the beginning of the season, before last season, I had mentioned several times, and I continued to mention it. As the Pittsburgh Steelers offense grows, it needs to average between 24 and 25 points a game. With the defense that the Pittsburgh Steelers have built, that should be the average that gets you wins every single Sunday. That should be able to keep you ultra competitive throughout the season. And it should give you a chance to win every single Sunday. So you're exactly right. A real good NFL offense that's serviceable, that can hold its own, needs to average that 24, 25 points a game. No doubt about it. You can't touch 1,500 an acre in Oklahoma anymore now either. Two problems. Scarcity and inflation, same number of houses, but way more people and money's worth way less. You hit the nail on the head there, D. Money is worth nothing anymore. That's what I feel like anyway. Used to go be able to go to these other foreign countries. The exchange rate was crazy. You have $10, you get a bunch of money. It might not be the same anymore. I don't get to travel anymore, so but you used to. Danny George, Steelers Man Cave. Oh, buddy, wait do you see my man cave? Oh, shit, it's so nasty. It's like separate from the house, too. Not really. It's underneath my garage, like down. It's built down. It's like a storage unit. It's got these two big double doors that are going to swing open to the outside, they're there. They swing open to the outside, and it's just a ultimate man cave, dude. Separate from the house. Nobody can just walk right down. They got to come in through the main entrance. So I'll have some cool privacy to make it nice and quiet when we're doing the shows and shit. It's going to be awesome. And I get to keep all my cool toys in there, all my tools. I know. I like tools. I like mowers. I like that kind of shit. I like to do outside work. Wave that terrible towel. Go Browns. Come on, Grant. Man, I would hate to be a Browns fan. What a letdown. What a letdown. But we like you all. We enjoy you all coming through. No matter who you're a fan of, we enjoy you joining the conversation. Steeler Mike, speaking of running backs, anybody watch Dejon Edwards? The running back we got, he's running style reminds me of Bell. He's patient behind the line, and the way he jukes side to side, always getting 5, 6, or 7 more yards. No, we were just talking about it. I am going to go and look, Steeler Mike, and you haven't been the first person in the show today to actually say that, so that's pretty cool. I'm definitely intrigued on watching him. What's up, Corey? Steeler Mike, he could be an under the radar guy for sure. We love those undrafted free agents. Jaylen Warren, anyone. And he's hit the scene and hit the ground running, man. Miss Pittsburgh. And you know what? I'm glad you bring that up. I ran into a Bengals fan just now, and he said, we got some players on the Bengals. I said, good luck on that. Just take that ass whooping. Yeah. Tell them to just shut it down, man. They graded the Bengals draft actually pretty high. The so-called experts out there. But we're talking about people that are stupid like Mel Kiper and shit. Wave that tail. Matrix, can we post Man Cave picks? We will. We will post Man Cave picks. We definitely will. I'll post all new pics whenever we get into the new house, which will be in about a month, hopefully. It could be earlier, though. I'm ready to go. Ready to go. Got the down payment. I'm armed. I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Let's close. All right, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button for us. We only have 22 likes, man. Let's get that up. Let's get that moving here. Patrick Papa, do you watch? Do you do watch-alongs? No. The game time's kind of sacred for me a little bit. Well, not sacred, but I typically watch out with my oldest son. We watch the games together. So I don't typically do that. I try to spend a little time with him. We enjoy the games. We get loud. We get crazy. I'll post some shorts during the games though, with some updates. I usually do a halftime report during the games, and then I either do a show by myself or Sean will join me after a game, and we'll do a post game show. Let's keep going. Justin North. How are you feeling about Russell Wilson starting over Justin Fields? It's a necessity, Justin. An absolute necessity. You can't bring Justin Fields into a new environment after the monumental failure in Chicago and expect it to be any different. He needs to sit behind Russell Wilson and learn. He needs to get his feet underneath him. He needs to learn how to be better in the pocket, anticipate throws, lose those happy feet, quit being a run first quarterback, because run first quarterbacks don't win in the NFL. Yeah, they're regular season heroes, but when the chips are down and the playoffs start, they're usually in a sweatsuit or they just don't succeed. You look at the Steelers and how they game plan against Lamar Jackson, a run first quarterback, and they shut his ass down 9 times out of 10. Look at his record against the Steelers, and it tells the tale. Thomas Martin Bishop is the undrafted free agent that impressed me. Thought he would have been picked up in the late 6th or early 7th round. I got to do my research on it, guys. I really, really do. And I apologize that I haven't been able to yet. Sorry, I was like adjusting myself here. But again, I've been busy, and soon we'll be back on the train, getting this content pumped out. We've been still doing our daily uploads, doing our live shows, but I have not, and I feel ashamed that I haven't done my research on these undrafted free agents yet. But I tell you no lies, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I know them. So I'm trusting you guys' opinion, actually. You guys seem to know a lot about them. All right, guys, hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live. We're still stuck at 23. Make sure we get moving on that as we move through the show. Questions, comments, concerns. Again, Bryant McFadden talking about, hey, maybe a big playmaker. So don't get your hopes up just yet, and don't let the inactivity crush your hopes. So just stay even keeled and allow this to all unfold. And Omar Khan, rest assured, he is always looking to make this team better. He always will take the opportunity. He'll field all the phone calls. He'll field all the offers, and he will decipher through which ones make sense. And you look at how he's been able to do these economical moves, financially responsible moves, keeps the Steelers healthy in the cap, and you got to love that. You got to really, truly love that about Omar Khan. You got to love a guy that isn't afraid to take chances. You got to love a guy that goes out there and leaves no stone unturned. And you got to love how Omar Khan gives himself options and never paints himself into a corner. And I know some will say the Steelers did it to themselves this season. They have no number 2 wide receiver. The Steelers painted themselves into a corner. Teams know that they are desperate. They're not desperate. They're not desperate. They have quality tight end targets. Connor Hayward can play an H-back role and have a significant value to this football team. I think Calvin Austin could be a good number 3, a good number 4. Who knows? One of these other guys that are on the roster, they could step up and be decent. You never know. George Pickens could be really good. Roman Wilson could be really good. There are still options out there for this Steelers team to just fill out that wide receiver room. There's still guys on the free agency market. There are other trade opportunities other than Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuels and Cortland Sutton. There are other opportunities, I'm sure, out there. you look at the Jaguars. They just released Zay Jones today. I posted that in the community section. Could that be an intriguing pickup for the Pittsburgh Steelers? You could get him at a decent value on a decent deal. Maybe that is something you could do. Bring him in, and beef that room up a little bit more. Zay Jones, a guy that was on like a $24 million contract. I think that move was more out of, hey, they drafted a guy high. I believe it was Bishop or somebody. They drafted a guy high. They have Gabe Davis now from the Bills. They had got Kirkland. Kirkland? Yeah, or Christian Kirk, sorry. Yeah, so their wide receiver room was filled out pretty good. So Zay Jones ended up being the odd man out when the rookie came in, when the rookie was drafted high. Does that mean Zay Jones sucks? No, I think he's just a casualty of the roster. Maybe they get somebody like him. Maybe that works. Matrix, yeah, we do got weapons, and this run game is going to be very important. You got some real dogs now across the front, and it's going to take a couple years to really definitively know how this draft class is going to play out and how well they really did inside of this draft here in 2024. But I truly believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers have a lot of options, and if schemed right and it's handled right by Arthur Smith, I definitely think that something could happen good. I think that they could definitely be decent, man. And I think they could hit that 24, 25 points a game average that we talk about. All right, guys, I'm just scanning a little bit of Steeler news. I always do that. As always, if you watch the show, I scan the late breaking news all the time just in case something happens. We've had so many instances to where breaking news popped up while we've been on the show here, Steel City Live. Lance D, I am really enjoying the Cowboys debacle. What a mess. Thank you, Jerry Jones. Yeah, dude, nothing makes me feel better than a good old Cowboys failure. They signed back Zeke Elliott. Go figure, man. Go figure. Fat Zeke back in the saddle down there in Dallas. Thomas Martin might not make many friends with this question. Is Tomlin gone if he doesn't bring a playoff win this season? I don't know how anybody could say that it's a bad thing that you said, honestly, Thomas, because I don't think it is. I think it's a valid question. And I think the answer is possibly could be his last rodeo if he doesn't start to succeed a little bit in the playoffs or show some real progress this season. He's been there for nearly 2 decades, I think, the Rooneys, and I think the front office staff is growing a little weary. And I think, though, they've armed him with a good, solid roster right now. And I think he has an excellent opportunity to get a playoff win. But it also, there's an excellent, on the other side of the coin, there is an excellent opportunity that the wheels fall off of this thing and Mike Tomlin could have a losing season. And it's going to depend on a couple things. How does that quarterback room pan out? How does the quarterback play pan out? How does Russell Wilson do? Does he survive the season? Is Justin Fields in there with his normal happy feet, can't lead, can't anticipate, can't read defenses, self, fumbling the football bullshit without any time to learn? That could spell disaster. Now, maybe Justin comes in, new system, fresh place, and plays lights out. That's what we could hope for. We'll see how this all goes. But this is literally a quarterback room with a bunch of one-year guys. Maybe this is your shot. Maybe you're all in now. I don't know. But definitely it's going to depend on that quarterback room. And then it's going to depend on the health of that defense. And the health of those wide receivers, because you don't got a shit ton of them. So you need to make sure they stay healthy also. And two, are you willing to really run the football and be dedicated to it? Are you really willing to use your tight end grouping in a major way? Are you really willing to utilize a talent like Connor Hayward that you have on this team that has definitely been underutilized in my eyes? I think Connor Hayward brings a layer that has true untapped potential, man, that definitely could help this offense last year. Getting him in that H-back type role, getting him out in space on linebackers, allowing him to do things that are different. And I think you always want to add those new layers, man. So a lot of things are going to depend on how this all goes. Steelers freak, mic drop, putting down the truth. Thanks, man. Matrix, let's play it out. Hope for the best. We will be better this year. Absolutely. Guys, we've done everything necessary. Well, not we don't work for the Steelers, but our team, the team we root for, the Pittsburgh Steelers, has done everything necessary, has had a monster offseason yet again. I thought 2023 was a great offseason also. I thought it was a great draft. I thought that Omar really shined, and I thought Andy Weidel shined. I thought even Mike Tomlin shined in that offseason. Then we went through a little bit of a rough patch this season with bad quarterback play, Tomlin not able to pull the trigger, stale, stagnant offense with Matt Canada. Changes were made. The problems were recognized, and we'll see how this all pans out and develops. Somebody must be coming. My wife must be coming with my son, my oldest son. He had football, so we're about ready to get doing some more work here. It's about 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're about to get moving on some more shit here to try to wrap this house move up. KC 22 points on 0 last year, or on O last year, and D gave away 17 points per game. The Steelers can do the same. I think so too, Steelers freak. Grasshopper Plus, go Browns. Come on. Man, you got to find a new team. You got to find a new team, bro. One that wins. How's Myles Garrett doing? I heard he had a lot of sacks in those last 7 games. Where was he in the playoff game? I'm still waiting. Yeah, okay. He was not there. I don't even think he showed up. Did he even have pads on that game? All right, guys, I got to wrap this show up. It's been a blast. I thank you guys so very much, man. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your boy Sean. If things will look a little different, it depends on how I can set some things up at the Airbnb. Maybe I'll have a little bit of a studio tomorrow. We'll see, but it'll probably just be some plain Jane shit. But make sure you join us tomorrow. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Again, thank you so much for getting us over our subscriber goal, our first subscriber goal, over 3,000. We're headed toward 3,100 already. You guys have been amazing. So let's go to that next one. Now where our goal is 5,000 before summer really kicks off and cranking, and I know we can do it. So let's keep on getting better, man. And we're just like the Steelers. We're just like an NFL football team. Just got to keep getting better, baby. Every day, get that work in. All right, guys. Thank you guys so very much. Until tomorrow, I'm Jason. This is Mike Drop Sports and the show Steel City Live. Peace. See y'all tomorrow. Thank you.